Thank you very much for accepting to participate in this video. Can you share a bit with us, how is the process of transitioning from being a postdoc or an MD and starting like your independent career or being a researcher in Mozambique?
Okay. Hi Mariane, thank you first for inviting me to speak a bit about this. So, as you know, I'm a cardiologist, so I'm MD, I'm a medical doctor in Mozambique. When I was doing my training in cardiology, I started getting interested in research. That's because there was a research unit in the hospital. So I think one of the important aspects is to get involved in, you have to know what is around, if there is research going on, and get inserted, start contributing in a research group. So that's what helped me to do this transition. Nowadays I dedicate part of my time, a good part of my time to research, being part of this research group, which works, it's a small research group but produces very much. So I think that's one of the important aspects.
So your stage in your career now, which stage you are? So you completed your MD and now you are doing is like a postdoc or it's
No, I'm not doing a postdoc. I did a PhD.
Yeah.
So I did a PhD training in Portugal in hypertension and salt intake. So yeah, now I'm starting, to get more independent. Starting to do some research of my own, like as principal investigator. So, but it was important for me to start like in research that were already going on. So helping in the beginning, not only as an investigator, but as assistant, just doing what I could do, and then starting getting involved. Doing a PhD was very important also, to start understanding better how things are done and start doing myself the research. Yeah.
And you are still doing clinics or you are just doing research?
Yeah, that's a good question because that's very important. Actually, one of the main challenges that we face, because we are so few, I can't afford to let give up being a clinician, because that's actually what my passion was. Doing medicine was because I wanted to be a clinician. So that's something that makes me happy, something that I like to do. So I still doing that. It's most of my time I'm being a clinician, but then I also fall in love with research, and I think it's so important. I know it's very important, and we are doing so very little research in Africa, and we need to understand better what's going on with our patients and not just import everything that we read, but learn from our patients too. So this combination actually gives me more knowledge, so to know how to act with our patients, but it's very difficult. Yeah.
Yeah. And so you are now working in the same lab that you started your research before PhD. So you went back and then you are you are working together with this lab. You are doing your studies together with this lab that you were before.
Yes. Yeah. So in the beginning, as I said, I started there as assistant, just assisting in some research. Then my mentor in that research, who is the lead of the research unit, Professor Albertino, he asked me if I wanted to do the PhD. So he was also my mentor in the PhD. So my PhD thesis was in Mozambique, although at University of Porto, but the project was developed in Mozambique in the same research. So I think he sees me as a continuation for this research unit, because we are so few interested in doing research, because it's very difficult. We don't do it because we are going to be paid, but because we like to do it. And like working at the hospital, I have to do everything that the others do, being a clinician, but then use my time also to do research, which is not an extra thing. Okay. It's not paying a part, it's the same.
So now in the current position that you have, are you eligible to apply for grants and have your own funds, or you still depend on the lab principal investigator?
As I said, I'm starting to do my own research. Actually, I applied for some grants, and I'm in the process of application. So I have 2 grants that I'm running right now, so I can apply as the principal investigator. Being part, it's important for me to apply being part of the research unit because I use the structure and we have dedicated personnel in the research unit and they help everyone works in every project. So because we are so few, we have to use this resource.
Okay. And during the process, during all this process that you had from finishing your MD, doing a PhD, now going back and starting your own research, do you have mentors that guided you, that supported you during the process?
Yeah, for sure. Otherwise it would be really much more difficult, if not impossible, because first to start in this career, you have to have someone who inspires you, and I think I see that person as a first mentor for me, because it's someone that I approach to understand better about research, what it means, what it takes, and this person was able to give me this advice and inspire me to continue. So it was very important to start, also to go through this path until now. And every day I have people that I see as mentors because they have been helping me to see where are the opportunities, how to follow them, and they're always able to support. So yeah, it's very important.
So which steps on this transition that you think is essential to have a mentor there in your country? Like that you say, this is like an advice that you're going to give for trainees from your country, that if they want to pursue like an academic or clinician scientist career, which steps on the way that they should search for a good mentor, because do you think this is essential?
Yeah, definitely in the beginning, when they start thinking about doing research, because it's very easy to get lost in this research area and you start doing something that you don't like, because I think it's very important to find your niche, find what you like to do, and then if you have someone who is already working on that, you should approach that person to give you some advice on how to proceed, because that knowledge is very important. Only with experience you get it. So definitely in the beginning to start, and all the way through we have to be open to what's going on around in the same field and what others are doing. I think it's very important to go to these conferences like this one, because you hear from people from different areas and they will learn a lot how to do things differently also, and so during the way also you will be able to see what's going on and who you can approach and through this path. So I think it's in all the process it's important to have mentors. So yeah.
Okay, Neusa, thank you very much.